with your legs media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.
And we are back. Thank you for joining me once again. As you see what the thumbnail says, we are talking about Wout Van Aert. But before I even get into Wout Van Aert, I got to say thank you to all the new subscribers. I got a lot of subscribers coming from the continent of Africa, a lot from Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Zimbabwe. I know I'm forgetting some. They're coming from all over, and thank you to all of the new subscribers. The other thing is, to all of my cyclists from Africa, we have interviews with some of your top riders coming, so please keep it locked, please keep it tuned. I got a lot of really good interviews coming up. Some of you are pro and elite riders, women and men, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope you're looking forward to that. So next thing, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and share this with a friend. So let's get into this. Wout Van Aert won't sacrifice the classic for the Giro d'Italia win. So I'm just going to skim through this because there's something he said in it that touched the nerve for me. And I'm going to talk about this because it's sort of personal to me. And it's similar. It says as Wout Van Aert is a lot of things. He's a domestique, a sprinter, a ruler, a puncher, a time trial specialist, a cross racer, cyclocross, and sometimes a climber. One thing he isn't, quizzically, to some, is a GC contender. I think it's a load of BS. He could anyway. And with wins in races like Milan de San Remo, Ghent Wevelgem, Strade Bianca, Amstel Omloop Het Nieuwsblad, to name a few. By the way, Omloop Het Nieuwsblad is the first race I will be at in 2024. So that's the first official race that Say With Your Legs Media with press pass and everything will be at Omloop Het Nieuwsblad. So make sure you just keep it locked and stay tuned. It's gonna be good. I may get to see Benny if he shows up for that race, and I'll see if I can get a little talk. But anyway, to name a few things, Van Aert has proven that he is one of the best one-day racers on earth. Of course, two of the biggest races and classics. Two of the biggest races on the classics calendar are Paris-Roubaix and the Tour of Flanders have thus far eluded the Jumbo-Visma superstar. It goes on to talk about how he slimmed down his cyclocross campaign season. He's only doing 5 races this year. And then also, with Primož Roglič leaving Jumbo-Visma, going over to Bora-Hansgrohe, and no one to hold the mantle for the Giro d'Italia, that leaves the space open for Wout Van Aert to possibly, take over a leader's role and ride GC for Jumbo-Visma at the Giro d'Italia. But he did announce that he is doing the Giro d'Italia. So, but this headline, I think, is a bluff. And so, like he said, he still wants to focus on things like Paris-Roubaix. He's going after that Paris-Roubaix. Mathieu van der Poel pipped him out of the Paris-Roubaix last year. I think he got a flat or something towards the end or something. But something happened. But Mathieu van der Poel went on to win Paris-Roubaix, which was a pretty awesome thing. And Tour of Flanders. I think that's his home race. So he sort of really, really, really wants to win that. But this part that I have highlighted here, it says, even if I had general classifications ambitions, it wouldn't be to win because my body shape is against me, he said, referencing the fact that he's 6'3", same height as me, and 170 pounds. Same weight as me, but when I was racing, I was probably 160, touching 159. I got pretty tiny. He is one of the largest racers in the peloton. Now, Indurain was 6'2", I believe. And he was about 170, 180. He probably went down. When you're doing those grand tours, you're going to drop down. So the weight's going to drop down as well. Indurain was amazing. He did everything that Wout was doing except for he didn't focus on the classics as much. He did the classics to pretty much tune his body in so that he can do the grand tours. And then once Indurain became that, he adapted and he used all of the skills that Wout Van Aert mentioned in the beginning. Having all of those skills makes you a GC contender. To be a GC contender, you need to be good at all of that stuff. And this Wout Van Aert is good at all of that stuff. So I'm gonna call Wout Van Aert's bluff right now. I don't care what he's trying to put up. I think it's just a matter of just trying to downplay the whole thing, because he doesn't want to put too much pressure on himself. I honestly think that, because when I was racing and when I was actually winning when I was racing, and if there was a race where I knew there was a person there that couldn't outclimb me, or I can time trial away from on a certain part of the course, because I wasn't the greatest sprinter, but the odds were heavily in my favor. I always was like, you got so and so doing well, and it's a really good has a really good they're a really good contender, and they've been looking good, and they're strong at this. So yeah, I'm gonna look out for that person. So I would like try to direct some of the heat and everything away from myself, to so people won't focus on me. I try to play a little bluff. So Innes doesn't think he's like feeling it. So he's saying that Mark's gonna be the favorite. So we gotta, we keep an eye on Innes, but it seems like we don't have to worry about him as much. So it was a bluff. So I feel like this is a little bit like that. Like they just trying to take the shine off of them just a little bit, so that they don't have to deal with all of the press. Because if he says he's going for GC, then it's going to be a whole nother barrage of press coming down. How are you going to win? How are you going to win the GC? Do you think you could get over this? Do you think you could climb this? It'll just be an onslaught of questions. So in a sense, to keep his sanity, it makes sense to deflect and just go to the Giro and tear it up. And, had the reporters like, but you said you wasn't going for it and stuff, blah, blah, blah. So just imagine if he says he is going for it. Every race would be nonsense. Is this preparation for the Giro? Is this going to affect the Giro? It's, you didn't win. You didn't win. Is this going to be bad for the Giro? You just got to imagine everything will be focused on that. So in a sense, I do understand the downplaying of it a little bit. But personally, I think that he is definitely talented enough, and he has the ability to do what's needed to win something like the Giro. And with the fact that it's less climbing than a normal Giro, and more time trialing, and man, so Primož Roglič is going to be at Bora Hansgrohe. So that it's making for an epic battle. So there's going to be some other players in there as well, but I just think that, man, the Giro is going to be probably one of the hottest tickets for the year. So you got the Giro, and then in the Tour, it's going to be Roglič versus Jonas and Tadej. So I would put my money on. That's a hard one. I wouldn't put it on. Okay, I wouldn't put my money on Roglič. Let me just play this. I wouldn't put my money on Roglič. But it's a toss-up between who I would put it on, Tadej or Jonas. And it's hard to pick one, because if Tadej goes and rides smart and not just out to entertain and just ride and have fun, and it's a little more tactical like Jumbo are, and he has a huge chance to then the odds go up for him. But when you throw in the Tadej Pogačar that we've gotten used to, where he just loves to race his bike, and he's just like, dude, we're here to race it. Whereas Jonas sits back a little bit more and waits and is a bit more tactical, then, he has more in the end. So we'll see what happens. So between the Tour and between the Giro, it's just going to be 2 months of excitement. So that's 6-7 weeks of just non-stop excitement. I hope you be able to contain yourself. I hope everybody be all right, because it's going to be a lot. And hopefully I should be in Europe in the mix, and just right there to get the feel and the pulse of what's going on. So remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Please share this with a friend. Please share the channel, because we're going to make this Say It With Your Legs Media. We're going to make it the leading channel that brings you all and highlights the top African, Caribbean talent. We're gonna highlight the talent from these countries coming up, and the talent that's going on right now. Alrighty, peace out. Thank you for tuning in. That's been me, Wout Van Aert. I'm sending you now. Wout is going to spank the bejesus out of the rest of the field in the Giro d'Italia. I said it. I said it right here. What's today's date? Today's date is the 9th of December. So I wonder if you better see it. There you go. So the 9th of December. You see that? Remember I said that on the 9th of December. Wout Van Aert is going to spank the bejesus out of the rest of the peloton at the Giro d'Italia. Anyway, with that, let me be out. Thank you for joining us. You know what to do. And I will see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. And if you are still riding in this winter somewhere, be safe.
Sever your legs media. You know what to do. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.